By the way, Joe Biden's 100% dead.
Oh,
1,000%. He died. Yeah,
he has fallen off the face of the earth.
Oh yeah,
never to be heard or seen again.
He's been dead for a while, by the way.
Oh,
conspiracy theory all day.
Oh, at least the last 2 years of his presidency, he was gone.
Yeah, at the very least, the last 6 months, 100% dead because we never saw him after that, and we haven't seen him since.
Yep. Oh, I'm on board. They
were running a ghost. I'm just saying.
Oh, they had somebody with a prosthetic face on, mask, the whole Hollywood get up.
Welcome back to the Racing Addicts podcast.
Oh, the aliens are like, the claw!
Back on the Hamlin hate train.
Oh, yeah. I never left.
I
you don't want them there. You don't want them there.
I don't know. What do you think?
We got to get this mojo going. We got to get something turned around.
If there's one thing we know, never trust the French.
You got honey butts and crotch nuts.
A little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit.
Welcome back to the Racing Addicts podcast.
Holy
here in the
crap.
A to B Media Studio. We are here with my good friend Alex. We want to appreciate the guys that actually show up to the podcast.
This is the committed to right there.
That's right.
Committed to.
That's right. I may have showed up late to the cast a couple seasons in, but I am dedicated.
I know. And I might be deaf now, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure hearing is gone.
Well,
it is gone.
I went past the Devil's Den or whatever the hell they're calling it nowadays, and I saw something that really just freaked me out. And
do tell, I got to hear.
So there's a guy standing out there in the parking lot, and there is what I'm assuming was a female, but all I saw was fur, ears, and like fuzzy boots that were knee high. I don't know what I was looking at. It was.
I like how you're at Gettysburg and the scariest thing you saw was not a ghost.
Right?
It was some freaking furry.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, there's like 10,000 strip joints and massage parlors right there on that section of highway through Clark's Ferry, and you never know what you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, and I am still trying to process this information.
I love there's an account I follow on Twitter for a lot of like the local dirt racing updates because they go to all the races. It's the Orange Cone. You're not on social media.
I'm not
Never
on
mind.
social media.
They're really funny. We actually follow each other. But they posted a tweet over the weekend. They said, how many freaking strip clubs are between Selinsgrove and Duncannon?
It's the truth.
And I tweeted back, I said, you have no idea how close this hits to home.
That's fantastic.
I had that thought every freaking time.
Yeah, but, the DJs and those sort of establishments, not that I would know personally, always, do a key bump right before they fire in. So I was just trying to pump the energy into the room.
That was good. No, I need it. Listen, I had a long weekend, so I had to wake up a little bit.
Tell me about your weekend. I think you had a gig going on all weekend. You were a busy guy.
I had
trying
a very
to dodge
busy
raindrops.
weekend. So I had a show Friday night with some friends. Really good time. I actually really
wasn't
enjoyed
there.
that.
What are you talking about?
My other friends. Sorry.
You have those?
Yeah.
You cheating SOB.
I know. I'm sorry. Listen, but I see you every Monday.
You do.
I only see these other friends like twice a year. I see you every Monday.
Okay.
So
you know what? I'll let it slide.
You're higher on the list. I'm just saying.
I'm not going to accuse you of cheating. You were just checking your options. I get
exactly.
it. I get
it. Just got to keep the options going. But had a show Friday night and then had an all-day event / show Saturday night. So I'm wiped. Plus prep all day Friday / trailer repair. So it was a long couple days.
Trailer repair. What happened now, buddy?
Just all internal, thankfully. It was just stuff, yeah.
Well, I know because last time you told me about trailer repair, you had a tire blow off going down the road. Oh, no, that was William Byron. We'll get to that. But no, you had a flat. You had to wait 2 days for repairs, and somebody broke into your trailer.
Oh, that was PTSD, man. Summer 2025, that was, yeah.
Yeah.
If you break a tire in Southwest Florida.
Just don't leave it parked in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, do not recommend. That did not work out well. But thankfully, no trailer issues. The trailer is actually in amazing shape. In fact, if anyone's looking for a 24-foot trailer in the South Central Pennsylvania area, I will have one for sale within a month.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
8.5 by 24, 2019. Brand new axles. You're welcome. Just replace them. Brand new tires, new shackles. I mean, it's a brand new trailer.
Nice.
But,
nothing wrong with that.
No one listening gives a crap, but I figured I had to use the opportunity to make a commercial.
Hey,
so
you know what? We are in the A to B Media Studios.
The
trailer's looking good.
bias.
The studio's looking good. I mean, what more can you ask for?
That's what I'm saying. You got to help out somehow. But long day, and then Saturday night. So we knew rain was coming. This is like one of the most frustrating moments of my life. I've never felt like a bigger idiot than I did Saturday night. So we knew rain was coming, and we knew it was going to be big. So we kind of hurried up the end of the event, and they ended in time. It was great, and we're starting to load out, and like the stage is 3/4 covered, so we knew we had a buffer
but
that
you
we were
had
fine.
just a little tent barely able to cover your master board. I saw the picture.
Oh yeah, well the tent's gone, by the way. The tent is in pieces in Shippensburg at a dumpster right now.
Man, okay.
Assuming it's still in the, I don't know, it's somewhere. It's not with me.
Yeah.
And so what we did as soon as the event was over, it's kind of weird getting in there, and me and the other guy were like, hey, let's just get our truck and trailer in here. That way it's done. Yeah, good idea. Well, as I was pulling up, somebody was talking to me, so I put the window down to talk to him.
Yeah.
I finished talking to him. Did not put window back up.
Oh,
so
rookie mistake.
And like when I say we got rain, we got 2 to 3 inches in like 25 minutes.
Nice.
Like the amount of water that came down on us, and the entire time the driver's side window was down on my truck.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That is not a fun time.
So we finish loadout. We're soaking wet. We're exhausted. We're a little bit
and then
miserable.
you have to sit and get a wet driving home.
Yep. And the whole freaking time, I mean, it is like I had standing water on the floor of my truck. Like, you need to understand how much water this Ford F-250 took. I couldn't read my dash. The windshield was covered in water from the inside.
Dang.
So, and
did you have your water wings on at least?
I probably should have. And I had a spare shirt, but unfortunately it was right next to the window that was down, so it was just as soaked as everything else.
Oh,
so we stopped at the Sheets in Shippensburg, and I got food because I was hungry. And I literally took like all that was left of one of their napkin holders, and I'm out in the parking lot of the Sheets just wiping down like the whole inside of the truck.
Yourself off.
No, I gave up on that. I accepted defeat. It was what it was. I was just going to drive home soaked, but I wanted to at least get I wanted to be able to read the speedometer and see out the windshield. That was priority. And then I wiped down the door because the door had like water sitting, like the little light switch holes.
Oh, yeah.
There was water sitting in the light switch holes.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good.
Hey, built Ford tough, baby.
That's right.
Truck runs flawlessly. No issues.
Hey, something else that's on my mind just because of my drive down here. Can we all agree that you should be able to pit maneuver cars that are driving under the speed limit off the road?
100%. I'm good with
Dude,
this.
I'm telling you what.
Especially in the left lane.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I was driving down 322 to get down here to the A to B Media Studios. And, there was a car in the left-hand lane doing 55. On 322, the speed limit is 65.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Freaking kidding me. I just want to pit maneuver them off the road. I really do.
See, I feel like that should be legal. Now, if you're in the right lane and you want to drive slower,
fine.
That's your right. I'm good. Everything's fine. But yeah, when you're in the left lane, 100%.
Yeah,
that will set me off more than anything else. God bless my wife. She knows.
Well, see, and that's probably why I didn't fully understand or comprehend what I saw in that parking lot, because I was trying to make up the time I was losing being stuck behind that bonehead.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So let's get back to the race. New Hampshire. Talking about Ryan Blaney, back-to-back New Hampshire winner, posting up that second lobster, trophy.
So good. Hey, I gotta say, every one of my drivers won this weekend.
Liar. You liar.
What are you talking about? Tony Jackson won at the Grove. Danny Dietrich
won
won
twice
at the Grove.
Oh.
Okay, everybody but Kenny that I root for won this weekend.
There you go. Oh, don't get me started. That I'm still fired off about Friday night. I really am. Although,
for those that don't know, I said that just to set off Kevin. That's 100%. Yeah.
So I will say I am thankful for the Grove racing on Friday night, because that allowed me to watch the trucks and the Cup Series.
That's true.
Uninterrupted.
That's true.
Most weekends, I miss whatever the Saturday race is. This coming weekend, I'm probably going to miss Daytona because I'll be at the races for Kids Night at BAP Speedway. So...
You gotta get a TV in that trailer, man.
Well, there is a TV,
Starlink.
but usually we're watching either High Limit or World of Outlaws, the woos.
The woos. Well, I will text our group. So new package. So it might be good and it might suck. It
I know.
Could go either way.
That's why I'm sad. I'm probably not going to be able to see it. But moving on. So New Hampshire. You want to fire us off and rate the race?
Grade the race. I mean, I thought this is gonna be home of the bias this weekend. Obviously,
100%.
I mean,
10.
We got the Blaney garb happening here.
Yeah.
We got the Blaney garb happening here.
I had to wear my Penske hat last week for Joseph Logano. I had to wear it a second time this week because of Ryan Blaney. And at this rate, I'm going to wear this hat out because of how good the Penske's doing.
You might be wearing it next week too.
No, I hope. That'd be nice.
I'm trying to put my bias aside. I still thought it was a good race.
I agree.
It felt like handling mattered, tires mattered. You could pass. Track position was still pretty heavy. Like I still want to see that needle moved further, but I didn't hate it. Like it felt like a pretty solid race. So I'm going to go A-.
Oh, see, I was right there in that same ballpark. I was like, A-, B+ territory. I liked that there was passing high, there was passing low. You could get runs on people. You weren't getting stalled out due to aero blocking.
And you had pissed off drivers.
Right?
Always a win.
Right? Yeah, I'm all for the drama. Loved every minute of it. So, I'm right there with you. I'm between a B+ and an A-. And the only reason why I say I would have liked to have seen like that last 10% would have been tire wear.
I mean, we still had it, but I get what you're saying. Yeah,
we did. The tire wear was good. I love that they started the race on the rain tires, and SVG proved that he knows how to wheel a car in adverse conditions. I mean, because nobody had nothing for him in stage 1.
It's funny because he has a great track record at this point of doing that. Every time they run the rain tires, SVG is like top 5.
Well, yeah, and I think the farthest back he fell was like 15th or something like that. I think he didn't do bad.
He did good. Priest needed him to have a way worse day than he did.
Yes, he did. And
I got to be honest, I'm a little bit Team Priest, so I was really hoping he'd have a much better day than
Priest won because we got his part of his fender back here in the studio, but also because you picked him this week.
I did. It was a while there. I legit thought he was going to win the race. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's going to happen."
See, I'll admit, whenever we'll get to it. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Because I was about to jump ahead, but Ryan Blaney, talk about a comeback. I mean, his pit crew lost him spots. Now, granted, good on the pit crew for stopping him before he left the pits to get that left front tire or wheel tire.
I would rather do that 100%.
So, and he went from first back to 14th when that happened. And then through strategy, went with a 2-tire stop later on in the race, got him back up front, and then he just ran away with it. I mean, what way to go, way to make up for errors earlier in the race.
And that's where you have to give Jonathan Hassler all the credit in the world, because he took what was their disadvantage and turned it into their advantage, because it was one of the later cautions. He brought Blaney in for 4 tires and to top off fuel when nobody else pitted because he was already in the back.
Yep.
And then that last stop is when he didn't pit and stayed out and restarted on the front row and had almost no disadvantage.
Well, no, that last round of pit stops, he took 2 tires when a lot of other people had to stay longer for fuel and everything else. But yeah, that 2-tire stop is what got him back out front. Which,
again, I mean, Jonathan Hassler is part of the reason that 12 is so fast.
Oh, there's no doubt.
A freaking plus crew chief.
Did you see how large that lobster was? Those guys holding it up, passing it around.
It was awesome.
That thing, they're holding it up here above their head, and it's still as long as their torso. Like, that's incredible to me.
It was at least 6 inches.
Oh. Yeah, probably.
Sorry, immature joke.
That was 6 inches around, mind you.
Yeah. Been there. No, it was great. And it felt, the funniest part to me was yesterday, felt like I was watching 2025 because I was watching the 12 and the 21 duel for the win. And I was like, is this a replay of last year?
Yeah, I mean, Josh Berry stepping it up last 4 races. Also, I know I'm jumping around. I'm ADD like an MF over here, just all over the road. But
my fault. I started us down this.
Josh Berry, 4 top 10s in a row. That hasn't been done by the Wood Brothers organization in over 30 years.
It's impressive, man.
That's huge.
And I'll tell you what, if strategy would have worked out more in his favor, he was probably going to win that race.
Oh, yeah. He had the fastest car that last stage.
He did.
It's just, it took a while for his car to come on, but once it did, he was lights out fast. It's just, he had too much ground to make up at the end.
I was watching his interval in that last run, and at one point he was somewhere between 6 and 7 seconds back.
Yes.
and he finished the race like a little over a second back from Blaney. So
yes, it was possible. 100%, it was possible.
It was wild. Good for him, man. I don't know where he's going because I think every Cup car is filled at this point.
I think he's going to end up dropping down to the Nope series, but you know what? Get this man a ride for next year. He deserves it.
And I hate the move that he got kicked out of the car. Jesse Love deserves to come to Cup, so I'm not against that, but I don't know. His performance was good enough. He deserves to be in the Cup Series.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like Josh Berry. He's a humble kid, and you know he comes from grassroots dirt track racing, short tracks and everything like that, and has applied that knowledge in the short tracks of the Cup Series, and he is a force to be reckoned with whenever he doesn't get bottled up in somebody else's nonsense.
And I think what's hard for me is, like, we talk about it every week, but you look at the guys in the Cup Series that, let's be honest, they don't deserve to be there.
John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, I mean, 1,000%. Like, he's poster child number one. And it's like, what are we doing? And then Riley Herbst is probably example number 2.
Oh, 10,000%.
And meanwhile, you got Josh Berry looking for a ride. And then Dingus locked in his ride for next year today, too.
Yeah.
In the 33 car. And it's like, guys.
Which do you think well, we'll get to that.
We'll get there. Sorry, it's on the notes. I jumped.
So let's get back to New Hampshire. Started off on wet weather tires. They had rain. They had actually moved the race ahead an hour, and then it was all for naught anyhow. Yeah. But starting it out on the wet weather tires, and while they are doing the parade laps or pace laps around the track, Hocevar decides to pass a pace car and spin himself out. Like, dude.
Yesterday was a very Carson Hocevar-ish Hocevar race.
Oh, yeah. It's either checkers or wreckers with this guy. There's no in between.
And mostly wreckers, honestly.
Three different incidents if you're including the spin under pace laps.
It's... I don't like him. That's nothing new. But, like, this is the maturity level that we're seeing out of him.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you've got freaking Corey Haim that is just eating his lunch.
Yep.
You look at the stats, and they're supposedly like the same. Different. Yeah. And you look at, let's compare maturity level between Corey Haim and Carson Hocevar. I mean, not even freaking close.
No, Corey Haim is a sponsor's wet dream. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The way he conducts himself,
100%.
Hocevar, yes, he's gonna appeal to the younger, newer fans just because he is shot out of a cannon. But he's the one that's going to tear up equipment. He's the one that's going to be causing nonstop wrecks. And until he matures, he doesn't have the consistency. Yeah.
Now, I completely agree. I mean, since we're on Hocevar, I feel like let's just combo all the Hocevar points right now.
Yeah.
The wreck with him and Zillisch, what are your thoughts?
He did it to himself.
Thank you.
He 100% came down across Zillich's nose and did that to himself. Zillisch did not turn up like that. That was 100% Hocevar's own fault.
I agree. What I saw was, now Zillisch got into him off the corner a little bit. It's a short track. It's NASCAR. Get over it. Everyone does it.
Yep.
Freaking Hocevar does it on a weekly basis to 20 other drivers. So, give me a break.
What you didn't cover yet. Hocevar ran Zillisch up the track earlier in the race.
Of course he did.
Multiple contacts. He bumped him 2 or 3 times going through the same set of corners, just running him up the track. And Zillisch lifted and ducked in behind him then after that happened.
And that's sort of my beef, is like, you can't ask for and expect respect when you never give it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the biggest thing that Carson Hocevar needs to eat his humble pie and learn right now, because he's never going to move further than where he is now unless he gets his crap under control.
Yeah.
Because what I saw was him and Zillisch had slight contact off the corner, and then he got mad and cranked the wheel left and wrecked himself.
Yes.
And then blame Zillisch for it. And I'm like, bro, you cranked the wheel left. Like, what? It's not Zillisch's fault.
And if you listen to the in-car radio, Hocevar tried to say that something mechanically broke in the steering, and that's what caused that.
The funny thing is, he literally blamed everything but himself, because at first he blamed Zillisch. He goes, oh, he effing wrecked us. And then it was like, oh, something broke. And it was like, nope. Just eventually, like, bro, you got to own it. You got to take responsibility. You got to put on your big boy pants. You're in the NASCAR freaking Cup Series. It's time to be an adult.
So it kind of reminds me of Ross Chastain whenever he first came up in the Cup Series, and how he rubbed people the wrong way because he was making aggressive moves. Now, I don't think that he was wadding up cars as much as Hocevar has this season, but
no, I mean he's way worse than Chastain.
But
way worse.
The whole garage turned on Chastain whenever Chastain was doing that, and we're seeing it again with Hocevar. I mean, Hamlin was documented as saying nobody push Hocevar. You know, back at what was that, Talladega earlier in the season?
Well, and he won at Talladega, but even like Atlanta.
No, what track was it?
Atlanta.
That's it.
The one that Blaney won, Hocevar was in position to win, and everybody, including Bell, bailed on him, and Bell is the one that basically pushed Blaney to win.
Yes, that was Atlanta. Yes, you are 100% correct.
And he's going to keep having that because the whole garage disrespects him.
Yep, I agree. There's no doubt about it. And honestly, I can't wait to see somebody actually check him, because I don't think anybody's actually busted him to the carpet yet. And I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Corey Haim's doing it off the track.
I mean,
which is awesome.
Zillisch is doing it on the track.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not the same.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And there needs to be a performance difference. I mean, Zillisch is obviously still struggling. Like part of what makes the rivalries great is when they're both awesome. You looked at the Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon rivalry. Like, what made that great is they were battling for wins. Mm-hmm. When you're battling for 25th, like, nobody gives a crap.
Exactly.
But that's where, like, I think the Corey Haim Hocevar rivalry next year is going to be spot freaking
and
on.
Honestly, add Zillisch into that, because he's going to be in a higher caliber car, even with it being the 48.
Zillisch is going to get there, yeah.
Well, and again, there's been a rivalry brewing between Hocevar and Haim. I think there's just as big a one brewing between Hocevar and Zillisch. I really do.
And I'm still here for the Haim-Gibbs rivalry, because let's remember, Haim's pathway was longer because of Ty Gibbs.
Yes.
And I'm just hoping something sparks between them next year, because I think that'd be freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, let's bring it. Let's freaking bring it.
So, getting back to the race, SVG won stage 1 hands down. Stage 2 was kind of interesting because they did come out on at about lap 40, they switched to the slicks, but the track was not dry yet, and that made for interesting times watching them navigate, trying to dive for the dry spots and make speed.
Can we talk about that? Can we stop handicapping the teams on switching to the slicks?
I wish NASCAR would have just left them do it on their own accord.
Abso-freaking-lutely, man.
I think I said this either earlier this season or maybe it was last season. I like the idea of the teams being able to change compounds within the rule set. IndyCar does it. Why can NASCAR not do this? And I like it. Yeah. I also like that they are bringing wet weather tires to more tracks. That I really like.
Can you imagine the strategy if like the track was iffy and some teams started electing for slicks to gain lap time and just to like feel it out? Like, I feel like your storyline there is so awesome. Mm-hmm. And it's just something that's robbed every time because NASCAR kind of holds their hands like, okay, guys, now we're going to have non-competitive pit stops. Put on your slicks.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the NASCAR Cup Series. Like, you've got freaking Cliff Daniels on the pit box and Kyle Larson behind the wheel. Let them decide when to put the slicks on.
Mm-hmm. I agree. The one other thing from stage 1 that we didn't talk about before we move further into stage 2, Reddick spins himself out on the very first lap of the race coming out of turn 4.
Feels like a weekly talking point, doesn't it?
What's that?
Feels like a weekly talking point, doesn't it?
I mean, Reddick was pushing it. I understand that, but he literally spun himself in front of the entire field. Dennis Five-Knuckle Shuffle Hamlin had to woe himself down to not collide with him. Then there was another car that did make contact. Was that Zillisch? Was that Zilly? I think it was.
Shoot, I forget who.
Yeah,
it's all running together. Sorry.
Somebody else made contact, but it wasn't severe damage or anything like that.
No, it was just. Oh, was it Byron?
Maybe it was Byron.
I think.
Maybe it was Byron.
I'll be honest. So going back to my weekend and my hour count, I may or may not have slept through most of stage 1.
That's fair.
I may or may not have. I'm not confirming or denying, but I've missed most of stage 1.
I got you. So now we'll get back to where our talking point was. Stage 2. I tell you what, RFK showed up in stage 2. Priest with what was that, third place, and then BK in eighth, and Buescher in ninth. I mean,
yeah,
RFK showed
awesome
up in stage 2. I wish they would have kept that going in stage 3.
It's funny. So I was looking at my fantasy lineup before the race, and this is a little bit of insider training, but I suck anyway, so it doesn't matter. When I set my lineup, I always look at like consecutive practice speeds versus qualifying, and I kind of try to find like consistent players across the 3 because you can normally get a good gauge that way.
Yeah.
And I saw how high Kez and Buescher and Priest were, and I was like, I talked myself out of it, and then I wish I wouldn't have, because RFK had a phenomenal day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed. I was pulling for Ryan Priest to finish just behind Ryan Blaney. But RFK did have a solid day. I just wish they would have been a little bit better coming to the finish.
I got to be honest, I was really torn yesterday. Like, obviously, Blaney guy, home of the bias. Like, 12 he's my guy.
Barry and Priest. Yes.
Watching Blaney, Priest, and Barry, like, all battle in the front during, I think it was stage 2. Mm-hmm. I'm watching just, like, I don't know who to root for. Like, you're like, I guess the 12, like, he's my guy. I should root for the 12, but at the same time, like, how dope would a Barry or a Priest win be?
After Blaney's pit crew had a loose left front wheel, I was fully on the Barry train. 100%.
Did I text the group? I was like, go 21.
Yep.
Because I thought he was done. I was like, the race is over.
So did I. Yeah. I mean, even though he was only back to 14th, that was a steep hill to try to climb out of. And in
a cup car, for sure. Yeah, that's a lot of
I was fully on board with Josh Barry, and, it's funny. They gave some stats on Blaney's pit crew. They're ranked 32nd out of all the teams, and they've lost over, 128 spots, over the course of this season alone on pit road. That is horrendous.
I mean, credit where it's due. They've cleaned up a lot. Yeah, and they've cleaned up a lot. Like, we haven't really talked about it for a couple months, which I feel like is good. And I would rather them catch it and fix it and lose a couple spots versus the alternative. So, like, I was frustrated Sunday, but I was like, hey, they recognized it. Because, like, if Blaney loses a wheel in the backstretch, race is over.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, it's game over. There's no strategy. There's no driving at that point. Like, you're going to damage your toe link and whatever on these piece of crap cars.
Kind of like how William Byron did this weekend at New Hampshire.
So what's wild about that, and maybe this information was wrong, so correct me if I am, he lost his left rear, but it was right after a 2-tire stop. So what the flip happened? So that doesn't even make sense.
So I don't know actually, I think it was a 4-tire stop, I think.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, it would have to be, right? Because otherwise, like, something funny is going on.
But, I mean, you could see it as he was going down the backstretch. Like, you could see the wheel working its way out from underneath the fender. And as soon as it yawed out, it was over. I mean, and I think that wheel and tire made it halfway down the front stretch till it stopped.
Dang. Yeah, I think the tire completed the lap, didn't it? Yeah.
I think it did.
The 24 car didn't, but the tire did.
And, they said that there's going to be multiple suspensions handed out because of that. I think the crew chief, the tire changer, and something else may be handed down from that one.
I still hate the single lug. I know I sound like a boomer. I hate the single lug,
too. It's not a stock car being a single lug.
It's like, it's so funny. Like, we sacrificed every element of this car because we, quote, wanted to make it like the street version. But the one thing we held on to is the single lug. And I have not to date seen a single lug car on the road.
No, not on the road. Not unless you're seeing a sprint car or something like that driving down the road for some reason. Which you never know. You might be able to see that around at times. I mean,
we are in South Central Pennsylvania. There is a lot of sprint cars around us.
That there is. So Blaney won stage 2, but
12
cost him 14 spots on pit lane. Going into stage 3, there was a couple interesting things. McNumnuts went and took out Riley Herpes and collected Connor Zillisch because of brake lockup. I watched the in-car camera from Zillisch, and Austin Dillon was I don't want to say pushing him up the track, but he was kind of up the track as it was, and I think Zillisch was trying to kind of peak to try to get a run down the stretch, and then realized, oh crap, there are cars stopped right there.
Yeah, I didn't. The Zillisch clip was hard to watch because I'm a Zilly guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was brake lockup, and he didn't want to let off the brake because then he's not going to stop in time. So he was kind of screwed either way. It was a bad situation.
The bad part was like
his spotter told him go low, go low, go low. I know,
and then he went high.
Yeah,
and then it. In the interest of honesty, because we are really hard on people and re-rag them, it looked like Natalie Decker at Daytona.
It did. It really did.
And I hate to say it because I love Connor Zillisch, but like that was a bad move.
It was.
It was a bad corner for him.
Well, and the thing is, okay, so lift whenever your spotter tells you go low, go low, go low.
Right.
He had room. He had clearance to dive in behind Austin Dillon. So
there was 10 cars in front of him that didn't hit Herbst.
Yeah.
Like that's the bad part.
I honestly want to chalk it up to Zillisch just being young and trying to learn this car. I really do.
Yeah. Got to clean it up, man.
I mean, the thing that gets me is there was the big deal made about the numbers, and SVG was kind enough to let him have the 88 because that's what number he ran before. Now he's switching teams anyhow, so I'll be curious to see how that all works out next year. Oh no,
for sure.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah, we got some time. So, unless it turns into a Tyler Reddick 2311 thing and they just cut ties early, but
right.
I don't. Obviously, we don't see that coming because Bowman is locked in for next year.
Yeah, so. and I have nothing against Bowman. I've long felt that Bowman has been I don't want to say black sheep of that stable, but he's the one that's been getting the least of the equipment.
Well, he's like Carson Wentz. He can't stay healthy.
Right.
That's from a fellow Philadelphia Eagles fans. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
the hard
facts.
part. Oh, 100%.
So no Nopes this weekend. So
sad.
We
get Nopes back on Friday night though.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have loved to see the Nopes at New Hampshire. I think that would have been a phenomenal race.
I want to see them everywhere. I think Nopes should race more than Cup.
Can you imagine them being there and with wet weather tires? That would have been so wild to watch.
Oh my gosh, give me more Nopes, baby.
Yeah,
and there's some killer storylines. If you look at the Nopes points going into Daytona, Friday night is going to be wild.
Yeah,
to stay on top of that.
Everybody's going to be pushing. There's no doubt about it.
I already have my Friday night planned. I will be parked in front of the TV watching the race. I'm so excited.
Yep.
Nopes at Daytona plus like the chase cutoff and everything.
Hey,
I'm here for it.
Of the chase, how about that advertisement or lead in with what the hell's his name with the mullet?
Ryan Blaney.
No. He doesn't have a mullet. No, the one I sent in the group chat.
Oh, Theo Vaughn.
That's it, yeah.
Dude, that was lit. That was awesome.
Such a good lead-in for the chase. I was all about it.
Theo Vaughn is I like him. He's a fun personality.
Well, and I like how he's referring to talking about the chase, and Chase Elliott goes, "Are you talking about me?" He goes, "No, Chase, it's not all about you." And then Chase Briscoe chimes in, and he's like, "No, just moving on."
Too many chases.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It was funny. So going to the truck series, Layne Van Rigsbergen getting number 6 on the season. Can you say hot hand right there?
It's wild. I mean, I really expected him and Honeycutt to be like 50-50 all season, and it is for sure swung the other. I mean,
Caden Honeycutt's had some bad luck the past couple weeks.
He has, but I mean, if you just look at speed, Layne's got him covered.
Yeah.
I mean, the 34 is just freaking, the 34 is Corey Heim from last year.
Right? He truly is. He truly is.
Which I'm not mad about.
No, not at all.
Unfortunately, I think he's driving the 34 next year because I don't know where else he's going.
Well, I thought he was moving up. Am I wrong?
I mean, that's what they said, but at this point, it's where's he going?
I don't know. The only thing I can think is that he's going up to the Nope series, but I don't know that for a fact. Again, I don't know where he'd be going there either.
Me neither.
Not unless he'd be going to RCR.
I mean, the only thought would be if Ford is going to make more of a presence in Nopes, which they need to.
I really hope that Ford doesn't lose Layne Riggs.
Dude, he's such a good prospect. You got to hold on to him.
I would like to think.
I mean, so we look at the talent that we all agree Corey Heim is.
Yes.
Layne Riggs was P2 to Corey Heim all last year.
Yes.
And like not far off either.
Correct.
So if we can all agree that Corey Heim is a cup level talent, there's at least an argument to be made.
Yes.
You know, at the very least, he's an A-list Nopes ride guy next year, in my opinion.
I agree with you. It's just, again, unless Ford puts on a Nopes ride, another Nopes team, I don't know where he's going. I would love to see. Here's what I would love to see. I would love to see Penske put a Nopes team back together and get Layne Riggs in that team. Then maybe Layne Riggs could take over for Austin Cinderblock.
Which there was actually some murmuring on Cindric this year, but I think he's locked in at this point.
He is locked in at this point. That nothing's shaked out as far as I've heard.
I'm pretty sure every Cup ride is locked at this point. I could be wrong on that, but because the big Haas rumor turned out to be nothing.
Yep.
So yeah, I think. I mean, short of the 51, the 51's probably the only.
But that's not an upgrade.
I know.
I mean, yes, you want to get your name out there and you want to move up when you get the opportunity while the iron's hot, but at the same time, you want to move into a team that actually has a chance.
If the 51 wanted to do something, they could literally like run their charter run an RFK car as their own and put Layne Riggs in it. That would be like the one chance of Rick Ware being relevant next year.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Because don't forget, they still operate out of an RFK shop.
Yeah.
I mean, the presence is still there. Like, even though they're running Chevys, they're based out of an RFK shop.
Which,
so, like,
that makes no sense to me, how that works.
Well, it tells me that there's potentially something.
Okay.
Maybe that's just me reading into it, but that's kind of my thought.
Really, what it is it's a utility shed out back of the property that they're working out.
It's the old RFK shop before they built a new one.
Yeah, but so let's talk about Frankie Muniz. He tried to step up and do the right thing for the team to give them a really good opportunity. Let Luke Baldwin take over that 33 truck and. Unfortunately, the kid's inexperience kind of showed through. He ended up
lap 1, 2
right at the drop of the green flag.
And I don't know why. I mean, I get the whole field stacked up, like that's not his fault, but like it's the start of the race and you're running dead last. Like, why would you not allow yourself a little bit of wiggle room?
Yeah, I mean, who's in the 98? Garcia, right? Isn't it Garcia?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Garcia got rear-ended. His truck was damaged, and he ran the entire race with a damaged truck. He ended up getting clipped into another incident later on. But, it was just one of those things where, okay, I get it. Everybody wants to fire off. You want to start off hot. But, man, you can't be driving off your nose either.
Well, it's the same thing we talk about a lot of these other drivers in Cup. Like, if you want to grow, you've got to run the laps.
Yeah.
And the hard part with Luke Baldwin right now is he's not running the laps.
Yeah, I think he's 20 years old, something like that. He's young.
He is young. I mean, he's young for sure.
And he was able to make more laps. The truck wasn't KO'd, but I mean, it took what could have been a really good day and a really good launching point for him, and really overshadowed it with what happened on the drop of the green. Because literally, they didn't even get the green flag when this happened.
Oh, yeah, it was wild. And so I missed most of the truck race because my event ran right over it, but I watched the first, 2 wrecks.
Yeah. So speaking of wrecks, John Hunter Nemechek on lap 14 does what Nemechek does. You know, he took out Landon Lewis, and there was just no good reason for it.
So what's hilarious, and this is where it's entertaining for me, is he is the king of the late dive bombs. That's what took out Blaney at Indy. That's what is most of the Nemechek wrecks. And sure enough, what does he freaking do to Landon Lewis? Late dive bomb that ends in them both wrecking. You would think eventually he would learn. Mm-hmm. Even by accident.
He's in a Cup car. Not that he deserves to be there.
Right.
Why are you still doing these rookie moves?
And we've talked about it. This is the problem with John Hunter Nemechek, is he does not learn from his mistakes ever.
No.
I mean, he's had multiple opportunities in the Truck Series and Nopes to be in championship grade equipment, and he still can't get it done because he just does dumb stuff.
Yeah. I think he got his driver's license from Dollar Tree. I mean, that was his sponsor this weekend.
Must be why they sponsor him so much.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What a bonehead.
I literally just laughed. Now, I felt bad because I like Landon Lewis. Landon Lewis is a phenomenal
and it was no
driver.
fault of Landon
exactly.
Lewis's.
I agree.
He just happened to be right there, and Nemechek took him out.
It's so freaking frustrating.
Yeah. So we were talking about Zillisch earlier. Zillisch, took stage 1, but then proceeded to lose a bunch of spots on pit lane, and it was kind of frustrating watching just because Zillisch had a lot of speed, but every time he came down pit lane, they were losing spots. I feel like he had Blaney's pit crew, honestly.
Which is odd because he was in a Spire truck.
Yeah, right?
Now, I know there's some, I forget what tier, but they're still a pretty high tier in pit crews. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those things where it was literally every pit stop they lost him spots, and then he had to try to dig his way back out.
It's almost as bad as the pit crew the 75 Sportsman has.
I'll tell you what. Need to start paying some people, get some good talent in there or something.
They need it. They need it.
Yeah. Speaking of interesting things happening on pit lane, Tyler Ankram's pit crew, they almost dropped the truck on one of their crew guys' head.
I did not see this. That sounds pretty scary.
So Tyler Ankram was having brake issues. They didn't know if the brake issues were because of leaking fluid somewhere that a line ruptured or something like that, if it was brake fade or what the issue was. But there was literally a crew guy laying right underneath the back of the truck, and they dropped the jack, and the guy quickly ducks out from underneath of it. Like it was sketchy close.
Well, props to him for his reaction time, because
I will say the back end of the trucks is up a little bit higher, so you can lay under the trucks without needing it jacked up in the air. But it was just like, why would you take that chance? It was risking needless injury.
Yeah.
I mean, he was battling those brake issues all race. They brought him in multiple pit stops. They even had one of the pit crew guys jump into the truck with Ankram to try to check the reservoir, make sure it had fluid. Like, they were doing all the things, and he was just battling that brake issue all day.
And that's a leadership thing. Like, the crew chief should be calling the jack drop on something like that. Like, that's just a miss from leadership. Like, you've got to lead and corral those movements because there's so much chaos going on. Like, you can't just rely on your jackman to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's a miss on the crew chief, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely tend to agree with you on that one. So then, we move a little bit further along in the race, and yeah, you probably want to get this ready because
I'm already watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, this may come as a shocker. Nemechek strikes again with 55 laps to go. He goes and takes out Christopher Bell in the 61 truck.
Oh, dude, that was such a bad wreck.
Right?
Oh, my gosh.
Right?
And I like C-Bell. Come on, John Hunter.
Well, and Nemechek blamed it on used up tires. He said his right front was dead, and that's what caused him to drive through C-Bell. And C-Bell started in the
always an excuse with him, man. Right? There's always an excuse. Like, he can never freaking own it.
Just like Hocevar.
Exactly. That's why it ticks me off. I can't stand either of them.
Yep. And C-Bell drove up through the field because he started back, and he drove his way up. He was running in the top 10, and then that happened. Yeah, it was a shame. I mean, I feel bad for C-Bell. I like C-Bell. He's probably the only Joe Gibbs driver. Now, I can't say that because I do like Briscoe.
Briscoe's okay, too.
Briscoe's okay, too.
I'm with you there.
I will say JGR is doing better in recent history, but previously I was a firm believer, and still kind of am, that they train their drivers to be dirty, and I hate to see that for
dirty
C-Bell.
What?
Dirty drivers.
I thought it was a better... You had a better explanation, I thought, originally the other week. Dirty hats, I believe, is what you were...
Oh, yeah. Well, I know I'm already bleeping and causing you to have to edit things, so I was trying not to pile on.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry. So
C-Bell, officially my favorite Toyota driver, by the way.
Sorry. I said that wrong. Let me walk that back. Nemechek caused another wreck with 55 laps to go. It was Chandler Smith that took out C-Bell. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. The two incidents happened real close together.
You are right. I'm sorry. I watched the highlights very quickly, and
Yeah, sorry. That was my bad. Nemechek caused like a 3-truck wreck, okay? Chandler Smith, who's also an hat, took out Christopher Bell, and then blamed it on his right front being worn out.
Hey, the drivers that suck always have really good excuses. That's all I'll say.
Right.
You know?
So then there was a late race caution that brought out all kinds of chaos, because
bring it on, baby.
I mean, I like the way they do the overtimes now. I like that they got away from, the caution came out, it's over. I like that they actually run it back.
Dude, I'm with you. I used to hate races just ending under caution because it was like the biggest, most deflating thing in the world. So I know overtimes can turn into poop shows, but I think they're good more than they're bad.
So on the first overtime or green, white, checkered, Layne Riggs took the high side. I forget who was to the inside of them, but they just overcooked it, and they about half spun themselves out, washed up the track. They did hit Layne Riggs, and Layne Riggs was able to drive out of it, and then that brought on another caution, taking it into the green, white, checkered.
Jeez.
And then on the second restart, that's whenever Layne Riggs got out clean and clear and just drove away with it. And, Layne Riggs, what a stud. What a stud.
He's killing it this year, dude. Looks so
I
good.
had a really good editor, I would have brought a Layne Riggs shirt and switched into that quick before we talked about the truck.
So I was torn because I thought about wearing one, but I was like, well, no, Danny Dietrich won 2 races this week, so he gets
fair.
the bump.
Yeah, I mean,
that was the bump of the
shirt. You got to
shirt.
support Double D, especially when you have Double Ds. I mean, sorry.
These are solid Bs, okay? Give me some credit. So with the overtime rules,
yeah,
especially in trucks, should we limit the number of overtime attempts?
No, not at all. Keep running them until it's a green finish.
That is the one series that I think you could convince me that one attempt and done. I feel like you could talk me into it, but at the same time, I like, yeah. And
especially
you like
when
seeing
it's
a green finish,
and especially whenever it makes a big impact on the points. I especially don't want to see them do a one shot and done whenever it makes a difference in the points coming to the chase.
Yeah, and that's where I'm always torn because I hate when it's a poop show and great races get thrown away because of stupidity, but at the same time it's so freaking deflating watching a race finish under caution. It just sucks.
Agreed.
So it still feels like it's the right move, even though it's not always ideal.
Yeah. So with Layne Riggs getting that victory, that was number 6 on the season. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that also clinched. There you go. That also clinched the regular season championship for him. So again, props to you, Layne Riggs. Keep it up.
Let's get it, girl.
That's right. So
I mean, obviously championship favorite, right? I feel like that's.
I agree. I mean,
Honeycutt easily P2, but
I like Caden Honeycutt, but I am first and foremost in the truck series a Layne Riggs fan.
And I think Layne's better.
I do.
Honestly, Honeycutt's good. Respect where, credit where it's due.
Well, and I like what Honeycutt did last season to earn himself a better ride this year.
Yeah.
Stepping in for Stuart Friesen after he got hurt and making the most out of that. I mean, making a deep run for the championship, and it paid off and got him a good ride this season. I just think he's had bad luck the past 4 or 5 races.
Well, and don't forget, in that 45 truck, I mean, he was running top 5 every week before he stepped into the 52.
Yes.
And where's that 45 truck been since?
Non-existent.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Honeycutt's a good damn driver.
And even when he was in the 45 truck, I think he was overperforming for what that equipment could do. I think he was making the most of that equipment also.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's where I'm going with that. It's just, he's a good driver. He deserves a good spot. I'm glad to see him in the 11.
But let's see a win or a championship for Layne Riggs.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that Layne Van Rigsbergen shirt because I'm telling you, I will buy it right now. Take my money.
I would totally do that. I have not bought a racing T-shirt in 3 months, so I'm due.
Are you getting the itch?
I do need. So my Danny Dietrich shirt is 3 years old. If you look at the back.
Oh yeah. I see the cracks.
And it's. I mean,
was that shirt always gray, or did it start out as black?
No, it was always gray. Yeah, but it's weird. It makes me look fat. There's something wrong with the shirt. Clearly.
Yeah, clearly
it's the shirt. So, at the very least, I need a new Dietrich shirt before the end of the year.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, so go into why you want a new Dietrich shirt. Since we're going down a dirt road.
because he won 2 freaking races this weekend. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Gosh, and so Friday night, I don't know what's more impressive. You might have to tell me your opinion. First off,
I don't want to give you an opinion because I didn't get to see it because I was back in the pits trying to help diagnose and tear down cars.
Well, great. Well, I'll help update you. So, Williams Grove, you can never pass. Everybody wins from the front row.
Truth.
Danny Dietrich started 8th and won Friday night at the Grove.
That is impressive. That is very impressive.
Not only is that impressive, he passed Chase Dietz, the winningest guy in 2026 410 sprint car racing, to do it.
Hot dang. And Chase Dietz has been a man on fire this season,
right.
So that is saying something.
I mean, that feels like 2 wins on Friday night, honestly.
I agree. And I'll be honest, that track was heavy. I mean, they did not have the track ready whenever we started the night on Friday.
I will say it was the best 410 race they've ever had there. Whatever they did, they should do that more often.
So I'm telling you what, whenever they took the cars out for hot laps / time trials, dude, the cars were pushing straight across the track to the outside.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but BJ had to whoa her down a couple different times to make sure that he didn't.
Good old BJ, man. Good driver.
BJ's a good guy, and he was elbows up on the wheel and didn't put it into the wall. But I mean, it got a little sketchy where he had to get way out of the throttle to get it to rotate.
It was wild. And then Danny Dietrich also won Saturday night at Port Royal.
Nice.
And again, passed Chase Dietz to do it.
You know, hats off to you, Double D. Good job.
We love it. We love it, fans. And it's not been a great year for that 48 car and sprint cars.
No, it has not.
There's no secret there. They've struggled. They've had some crappy luck, just kind of the whole collection. So it was really nice to see. I mean, they just killed everybody this weekend. And that's what we're honestly used to seeing.
Yes.
So that was good to see, and it'll be nice to end the season strong and hopefully roll into 27 with a little more momentum.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, the Super Sportsman on Friday night at the Grove, there was a Super Sportsman showdown between the wangless and the winged divisions, and our friend of the show, Kenny Edkin, got a really good invert and started on the front row next to Adam Baum.
And was gone.
Gone. He was like 6 seconds ahead of second place. And then ran into mechanical failures. And nobody had anything for him. It just goes to show that the race is never over until you cross that checkered flag. And
yeah, that was hard to watch.
It sucks because, Mr. I'm retiring from Super Sportsman. I'm not going to run for points anymore. Tony Jackson. Yeah, that's another one. Goes and gets the win handed to him thanks to mechanical failure. Now I will say that his pinhead car owner is also on my list too. But then I will say he did legitimately win the wangless Super Sportsman race. Not that I want to give him any sort of credit.
We definitely don't want to give him credit. I mean, I thought it was great to see. Sorry, Mitch texted and asked who he had left, so I'm sending him real quickly the drivers that he has left.
Yeah, because he's going to be up on it to make his pick first.
And he does not have the driver available that he thought he did, so that's good. Sorry.
Anyway.
We don't have a producer. I'm the producer, so I have to do this while we converse.
Hey,
so
I took care of 90% of the notes this week.
You did, and I appreciate you for it because I literally opened the note app this afternoon. I saw how much you did, and so I just went through and added a few little notes, and that was it.
Yeah, it was good. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Hey, news rumors. You got Regan Smith driving a colleague truck?
Yes, that was announced this week. That was broken by not Bianchi. Was it Bianchi?
Was it just straight up colleague?
No. Who are the guys that break the news and do all the social?
It's usually Bianchi.
Maybe it was Bianchi. Does he have glasses?
No. Maybe.
I don't know.
He does.
It was one of those guys. I think it might have been Bianchi. I can't remember. But yeah, so Regan Smith is going to be jumping in a colleague truck at Bristol. So that's pretty exciting. You know, Regan
It'd be
Smith
more
hasn't
exciting
been.
if they were faster, honestly.
What's that?
It'd be more exciting if they were faster.
Well, not arguing that. The Rams are not the fastest trucks out there, but it's their first year in the sport. So
They're growing. They're learning.
They're learning. They got a steep learning curve. So, you know, hopefully Regan Smith will have a good showing. I like Regan Smith. I definitely like him as a reporter and on pit lane and commentator. So, you know, here's hoping he does well with that. Autism Hill was announced as getting an extension with RCR in the 33 full time in 2027.
Welcome to the team of the mid.
Right?
Austin Dillon and Austin Hill is your freaking lineup. Like, does that not scream we're going to run 30th every week?
I was just going to say, we're going to run 20th or worse every week.
Man, RCR cannot get out of their own way.
Yeah, again, they had a good driver with Jesse Love, and they fumbled the ball. They fumbled the package.
Gosh,
you know?
just come on, guys. Like it's the same with like you had Rick Ware Racing starting to show improvement, and then they decide, oh, we're just going to run Cody Ware full time, and then you've got RCR that claims all the time we're a blue collar team, we're blah 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 blah, and then they continue to put, you know, grandpa's son or grandson in the car who's done nothing in like 8 years, you know, and then now Austin Hill, who's been running 27th every week, we're like, yep, that's our guy.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a big brain move right there. Just saying.
I mean, you had obviously the Kyle Busch tragedy. Like, nobody planned on that. But, I mean...
Autism Hill is not your answer.
Well, and there was rumors that Josh Berry was going to move, and I'm like, all right, well, there's a guy you can actually like put some substance behind in your program.
At least he's not going to tear up equipment unless he gets caught up in other people's nonsense.
And I think Berry's good enough that you can gauge the team off his performance.
Yes.
You know, that's what Kyle Busch brought to the team. Like, when Kyle Busch was running 32nd, the car sucks.
Yep.
You know, but now, like with Austin Hill and Austin Dillon, let's be honest,
they're not any better.
You have no freaking idea.
Nope.
Like, you could have a race-winning car running 32nd because it's Austin Dillon and Austin Hill. Like,
Agreed.
They're the most mid drivers in the history of the Cup Series.
Agreed.
Gosh.
Agreed.
Massive L for RCR. I mean, and it's like, and they're like excited about it. I'm like, come on, guys.
I don't get it. Again, how do you have a championship-winning driver in Jesse Love and leave him go when you could have had him full-time in that seat?
Now, I would imagine Wood Brothers probably had him locked up for quite a while.
You think?
I would think so.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like that kind of came out of nowhere. I really do.
I would bet that conversation happened pretty early in the year.
Okay.
Would be my guess. Because that's why Austin Hill went in the car after Kyle Busch died.
Yeah.
Would be my assumption.
Okay. IndyCar race in D.C. sounds like that went off pretty well. I did not hear about it, I'll be honest. So fill me in.
I mean, it was pretty good. The attendance was fantastic. I mean, off the charts. All the logistics were smooth, and the racing actually was pretty good. Like, I mean, IndyCar's not in a great place, and we've been pretty honest about that this year. But I thought the street course offered so much weirdness that, like, it opened up a lot of passing. Like, it was actually a pretty solid race. So it was good to see them do well. Obviously, it's kind of cool being sort of in our backyard. I mean, DC's like, what, a little under 2 hours from here?
I was going to say about 2 hours,
Yeah, so it's pretty close. So, like, that, I was glad to see them have a good day.
And I'll admit, I like the street courses. I do.
I'm hit and miss on them. But, you know, I think this
As long as they have ample passing opportunities, I like the street courses.
Right. And, it was really good. I'm glad to see it. And there's rumored that apparently NASCAR is in conversation to basically copy and paste. Now, if you ask my opinion...
Alex, what is your opinion on this?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because none of the politicians wanted this. And Trump basically said, hey, we're just going to do it. Which is good. I mean, politics aside, like, let's cut red tape and actually do something cool every now and then.
They did good out there. What was it? Santa Monica over at the Air Force Base. So
Coronado.
Coronado, that's it.
Yeah.
I knew it was something like that. But yeah, NASCAR did well out there at the Air Force Base. So, you know. Also, did you watch that video about Auto Club Speedway?
I did, and it's very and I had that thought when I first saw the information because the quit claim is a little bit deceiving.
Yes, yeah.
So
the gun was jumped just a little bit. They jumped the shark on that one.
Auto Club may not be dead yet. There may still be hope, which is good.
It's still a long shot. Don't get us wrong, but what it was is they changed lease to the easement, or that was basically what it boiled down to. It was an easement on the property that changed, and that's what had everybody up in the arms saying, "Oh, NASCAR's selling the track. It's dead. It's dead." Well, it's not dead yet.
It's still the dumbest thing in the world to me because property values are high. And then we're shocked that construction costs are high. And it's like, well, duh. Those two things are going to follow. So it's still...
Exactly.
The whole thing is just kind of stupid to me. But maybe eventually we'll still see it.
So on an up note, I think everybody will be a little excited at this. NASCAR is in talks to take the trucks to Bowman Gray.
Yeah, and that's locked in. Bianchi reported that this week.
Did he? Nice.
It is happening.
So I think that's awesome.
Unfortunately, I think they're the only series that's going to be there next year. But I'm glad somebody's going there.
Yes, I like it. I think it's an absolute poop show. But for the trucks, I love it.
And it is. I'll die on this hill. It's where the All-Star race needs to be. And SMI, I know, tried to do their part to make it happen this year, and ISC kind of said no. We got to get that figured out for the next year because to me, Bowman Gray, with what you're trying to make the All-Star race. Mm-hmm. Bowman Gray is 1,000% the perfect venue.
See, you don't remember one hot night,
I remember, but the problem is what made the Winston good at Charlotte was 950 horsepower.
It was, and the way they did qualifying.
Yeah, and we're never going to have that again.
Yeah, so I want them to bring it back so bad.
So to me, if you want this all-star, we're going to beat and bang for $1 million vibe, Bowman Gray is it.
That's fair.
And that's where I'm kind of ISC needs to, get off their high horse or whatever the conflict was between them and SMI. Make it happen. Mm-hmm. That is, if you want the identity of the All-Star, to me, there's no better track.
Just get rid of the gimmicks and the nonsense, though.
Yeah. Make it a small field. Let them beat the crap out of each other in a heat race. Drop a green, and let's find someone to win $1 million.
I like it. I can.
And the purse should be higher, but that's another conversation.
So I know this isn't on the notes, but on a random sidebar, the IROC series ran this weekend, and Jeff Gordon won both races.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It doesn't do a whole lot for me, but it's still cool seeing Jeff Gordon doing a burnout. Considering he is a legend of the sport, love him or hate him, he's a legend of the sport. He's still very integrated with Hendrick Motorsports. So, I don't hate that he won. He was never my driver. I was never a fan of the 24. But I do think it's cool to see him, he still has the skills. Oh, I think he could wheel a car, honestly. If he needed to, I think he could.
Plus, watch them drive those Trans Ams. Those Trans Ams haven't been in production for, how many years. So that's also kind of cool to me.
I still wish, man, SRX was so fun. I would still love to see that come back.
Amazing.
Because, the IROC thing's cool, but, let's be honest. They're not racing 100%. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's to me, it's cool, but I'm not OMG over it. Whereas, if they had SRX cars out there with Jeff Gordon,
God, that would have been great,
bro. That'd be lit.
Well, and the other thing, I loved that SRX did both pavement tracks and dirt tracks. So it made you really have to be a good driver to be a fast. I
know. I miss SRX. That was so much fun, man. So do I. That was such a win from Tony Stewart and Evernham. Yeah. Oh, so good.
So, with all that said, what's your race of the weekend, my friend?
Blaney win. How can you go against that?
I agree.
Plus, it's the only race I actually got to watch this weekend. So
since you went with the Cup Series, even though I agree with you wholeheartedly, I'm going to go with the trucks.
Solid pick.
Yeah, all in all, I think NASCAR did fantastic this weekend. Happy that Double D got the dub. If the Super Sportsman race would have panned out differently, probably would have picked that. But the way that everything went, I'm definitely going with the trucks.
You mean you're not a Tony Jackson fan?
I am not. I am going on record right now. I am not a Tony Jackson or a Scott Hess fan. Just saying.
What about Chase Gutshaw? What's your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I haven't seen that fat roly-poly in a car in quite a while. So anyway, so let's move on to the rap picks, my friend.
I gotta find the button. There's the button.
Because I'm thinking that the points may have changed a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit good about things.
I don't think we even need to cover it this week. I think we just move on.
Skip
it.
It.
Just skip it altogether. Like, this freaking sucks.
Oh, go ahead.
My favorite driver wins and I lose points. Like, that just pisses me off,
That's why I saved him.
So Kevin not only won, but he got the bonus points because his pick won the race. So now Kevin is leading fairly handsomely at 50 points.
What?
I am still in second with 40. I'm tied for second in 46 with David. David and I both have 46. Mitch is in last place with 40, which means he gets his first pick, which is good because he actually just texted me back. So I do have his pick for this week. And just a reminder to those that are listening, this is our last week before all of our picks reset. So starting at Darlington, everyone's back on the board, and then again, we will continue to eliminate. So you can't pick Ryan Blaney every week in the chase.
Yep.
But you can pick him 1 week in the chase if
that's
you'd like.
Fair.
So looking forward to that. And also, for those listening, if you want something really fun to do when you're watching the Racing Addicts podcast on video or podcast app or whatever, apparently my voice at 2 times speed sounds like Ben Shapiro. Because
it's true. We were listening to that for a good 10 minutes before we started the show, and we were both cracking up.
I was dying. I had no idea I sounded that much like Ben Shapiro, but apparently I do. So I got to go through our text. So Mitch is going first, obviously, because he lost. So he's going to go with Eric Jones this weekend.
Oh, okay.
At Daytona.
Hot dang.
I know. So we're going big. And again, this is a complete free-for-all. Like, if you guys don't know, we talked about it earlier. It's going to be a new package at Daytona this weekend. And we've heard very conflicting results. Denny Hamlin made the statement, don't expect much. Other drivers said it's going to open up everything, and it's going to be like 2019 Daytona again, which would be a freaking miracle.
Yeah.
I'm probably somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to make about a 5% improvement, if you ask me, just because that's what most of these package changes in the Cup Series do anymore.
Yep.
So optimistic, but realistic at the same time. David is our next pick. David is going to go with Bubba Wallace in the. I just wrote 43.
Number 23.
I just went old school. I wrote 43, but next to David's name.
Nice.
That would be that would not be Bubba Wallace anymore. That would be Eric Jones. So, unfortunately, now with all the talking, I did not have time to set up myself. Oh, this is easy. We're going to Super Speedway. He's going to have to perform. Austin Cindric is still on my list. As much as it pains me.
Not a bad pick. The super speedways are the only track that Cindric shows up.
It's true. So I'm going with Gay Harry Potter, Austin Cindric at Daytona. Kevin, take it away. You get the last pick of the week.
So I'll be honest, I'm kind of at a toss-up because I've burnt pretty much all of my good picks. Okay.
You do still have JJ Yeley, I see, just so you're aware.
That's awesome.
I know,
that's
just
awesome.
in case you wanted him.
So,
did nobody take Stenhouse this season? Oh my gosh!
Nobody has taken Stenhouse, and I'll admit I was debating about him. I was thinking about McDonough also, but I see that Zane Smith is still on my roster.
Ooh, I like this.
So
pick.
I think I'm going with Zane Smith.
I support this. I'm totally on board with this.
I mean, look, let's be honest. Daytona is always a crapshoot to begin with, so anybody has a chance. I mean, Austin Dillon has even won at Daytona before.
Which proves that anybody can win at Daytona.
Literally anybody can win. So,
oh my gosh.
I think this will be interesting. The only thing that I can think that we missed today is DLG Electric keeps the lights on, and if you have any electric needs, DLG Electric. If you have any audio visual needs, A to B Media, and
clearly superior,
the best,
kind of the best in the world.
Really good guys.
DLG Electric is good too. So this is kind of fun. So we've gone through the regular season picks now, so we're done.
Yes.
This is our last race before we reset and we gain everybody back. So this is going to be really insulting, but I have to go through this anyway. There are certain drivers that none of us picked through the regular season.
And it's kind of funny.
And so we just have to go through this. This is going to be fun. We're all going to enjoy this venture together. Noah Gragson was picked by none of us. Ty Dillon was picked by none of us.
Nobody took John Hunter Nemechek either.
Cole Custer, none of us.
JJ Yaley, none of us.
Which, in JJ's defense, I think he ran 2 races this year.
I think. But Ricky Spinhouse,
none of us. And BJ McLeod, but again, I think he only ran one race. Yeah, so he gets kind of a free pass. So I am shocked, honestly, with the amount of drivers and the amount of races. It is wild that we have people that none of us picked.
Right.
But at the same time, if you look at those names, is there a whole lot of surprises?
Well, I am a little surprised about Stenhouse. I really am.
I am too. I actually thought somebody took Stenhouse, but sure enough, I looked through the list. Like, there is not one Stenhouse mentioned. So
yeah. So I mean, hey, we get a complete poop show at Daytona. Anybody has a chance, and it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. And then it all resets, and we get to start over. So we'll keep her rolling. It's not that big of a points gap yet, honestly.
Now, and next week, what we're going to do, since next week is post regular season, pre-chase season, whatever we're calling that now. I don't even know what our verbiage is anymore. We are going to do a little bit of a chase predictions.
Okay.
We're kind of going to go through some stuff, kind of digest the regular season, go into the postseason. I hate postseason. Sorry, I'm not calling it that. We're just going to call it the chase. I hate postseason. I hate the verbiage. So we are going to have a little more fun next week. We're kind of going to go through some of our predictions, what we kind of think, especially kind of ramping up for really the final stretch, which, by the way, how in the world are we this far into 2026 already?
I don't know. I'll admit, I'm not ready for summer to be over. We had our first cool morning this morning, and I'll admit, all it's making me think about is hunting season. And, I'm not saying I'm against it. I love hunting season, but I'm not ready for summer to be over just yet.
I'm not either, man. I'm such a summer guy. It's like, I'm not. It's a shame because fall weather is gorgeous, especially in Pennsylvania. Like, fall weather in Pennsylvania is gorgeous, but I feel like I can't enjoy it because I know what's on the other side of it.
Yeah, that's the truth. 100%. I mean, because nobody knows how to drive on 81 to begin with, and it's only made worse by bad weather.
Gosh, yes. Just yes. That's all I'll say. But it's going to be good. And the Philadelphia Eagles kick off their regular season here soon.
Yeah, can we get rid of Andy Dalton yet? I mean, seriously,
sure.
What a schmuck.
I mean, he's not going to be playing.
He is. Yeah, but they started him the last 2 weeks, indicating that he is the second string, and he does not deserve to even be on the practice squad.
I agree. And we had a good second string. Like, what are we even doing?
Tanner McKee was lights out whenever he went into the game.
And he loves the team. He loves everything. Like, we didn't get rid of McKee, did we?
No, we still have McKee this season.
Oh, good. So they just are
he's
learning.
He's probably gone at the end of the season, but we got him this year at least.
Just learn that Dalton sucks and let McKee be second string.
Honestly,
he's good.
I'd rather have that rookie, that kid, be our third stringer instead of Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton's garbage.
I mean, props to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're still employing a senior citizen. That's pretty cute.
Right.
Good to see Danica Patrick's ex-boyfriend still playing for PA team, so good for him.
Yeah.
So I am legitimately looking forward to. I'm going to try to be a little closer on football this year, so I'm going to try to be up with the Eagles a little more and watching. And hopefully Super Bowl number 3, we're celebrating in a couple months.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully come February, we're talking about third Super Bowl for the
offense
Eagles.
looks a lot better under Sean Mannion. It looks like it's a big improvement over last year.
And, dude, that was their big weak link. I mean, the defense kept them as long as they could.
They had a Super Bowl caliber defense. It's just the offense couldn't get out of its own way.
Right. So that'd be fun to follow. And I think they've got good players. It just felt like play calling was trash.
Yeah, agreed. Their offense was one-dimensional last year.
Oh, my gosh. And they would run the same play 3 times in a row
and then wonder
punt.
why they had to punt it. Yeah.
It's like, this time we're going to run up the middle, but next time we're going to run up the middle.
Yeah.
And then we're going to totally fool them and run up the middle.
Yeah.
And then they would get sacked 3 times in a row, and it was like, maybe this play call sucks.
Yeah. So optimistic for what the Birds can do this year. Go Birds!
Go Birds!
I think that about covers us for this week, doesn't it?
I think so. I'm good, and I really got to go peace. This is a great time to wrap the episode.
Very nice. So,
Kevin, send us home.
That's going to wrap us up. Catch us all on the social medias, the Tic Tac, full-length episodes on YouTube's X. Where else are we?
All of the above. Did you say YouTube? You did say YouTube.
I did say full-length episodes on YouTube. See,
and thank
David's
you. We have a
got this
lot
down
of
so
people
good.
watching on YouTube every week. Thank you. We love it. That's awesome. We're going to keep posting. So
yes,
glad you're
we
there.
We love the engagement. If you think we're idiots, tell us we're idiots. But we love when people engage with us. Just saying.
And
Whether
the Twitters.
good, bad, or indifferent.
We are gaining some people in the Twitters, which is awesome. So the Twitter, honestly, X, whatever, Twitter, it is probably the most fun platform for interacting. So if you're not already following us on Twitter and making fun of me during the races when I tweet dumb stuff, please follow us on Twitter and then say dumb stuff to me during the race. I love it. It's so much fun. It's one of the coolest platforms we're on.
Yep, I'm all about it. I love reading the comments. So ladies and gentlemen, have a good week. We will catch you after Daytona.
Go 12 and 48 and 34 and 75. Bye.